Welcome to Real Estate Update on WHHI with James Wedgeworth. Great to see you again.
It's always a pleasure.
I want to ask you today about pricing your home.
That's a good subject.
Now, if my house has been on the market for 30, 60, 90 days, is it going to likely sell for less? What's going to happen?
Well, that's a good question. There are several national studies, and Allie, it shows the longer your house stays on the market, the less your house sells for. Do you understand why?
No, I don't. Is it because people think, gee, there's something going on?
Something wrong with it. I was showing a house yesterday, and the people just love the house. They love the price, and they kept saying, wow, what am I missing? What's wrong? So, well, there's nothing wrong. There's an oceanfront house, and they kept saying, well, there's got to be something wrong. It's been on the market over a year. So their theory is something's wrong because nobody else has bought it.
Does that end up impeding a sale or making it not happen?
It does several things. First of all, the national statistics say the longer your house stays on the market, the less it sells for. So people will not look at it because they assume something's wrong with it. And then when eventually it does sell, it sells for less than it should sell for that reason.
Well, you know that, but if you come to my house and we talk about putting my house on the market, I might tell you, you might say, Allie, your house is worth $500,000 or whatever. And I might say, what, James? Come on, $650.
Yeah.
How do you convince me not to start so high?
I've been doing this 37 years, and in almost every case, when I go to meet somebody, and don't take this wrong, but I usually know what the house is right. I do it all day, every day. I mean, I know. And I'll do the market research, and they'll say, I'll say your house is worth $500. You go, no, it's worth $600. You go, no, and here's why. And I'll say this house. And you go, yeah, but I need $600. You know, I need $600. Well, what you need has nothing to do with what the house is worth. The market determines the price. So here's what happens, is they'll say, well, please, will you try $600? Will you please try $600? Just try, because we need it, or we want it, or we like it, or my sister told me it was worth that, or you know what I hear.
And the customer's always right. I mean, how much do you argue when you hear that?
Well, argue's not the right word. Okay. We just show statistics.
Okay.
So here's what happens. And it's almost, I could tell you what's going to happen because I know exactly. So we try for the $600. And it sets on the market 2 or 3 months, and then they call you up and they go, well, maybe we were a little high. Maybe we were a little optimistic. Can we reduce it to $580? And you go, well, you really need to have it at $529. Well, let's try $580. So we try $580. 2 months later, you call up and you go, well, we haven't had many showings. We haven't had any offers. And I know other houses are selling. Maybe we put it on a little too. Let's try $550. I go, Allie, you really need to have it on at $519 or $520 or whatever. So over time, you reduce the price to the price that it was sold. But the problem is, it ends up selling for less than it was sold for if you would have priced it right the first time. Now, I tell people that's a moving target because things affect your pricing.
Sure.
You know, but it's a national statistic. So I always try to encourage people to price it at a price that we can get a lot of activity. And I could write a book that would be this thick. It would be bigger than a phone book on people that have listed their houses. And we used to say the worst thing you can do is get an offer the first week. They go, oh, we underpriced it. They turn the offer down.
Yikes.
And a year later they sell it for $40,000 less.
Does that happen?
I said I could write a book this
Really?
thick. I could give you examples.
That would drive me crazy if that happened. I mean, not as a broker, but also as a seller.
Yeah, but it's human nature. It's just human nature. There was an interesting study. We got time.
We have time. We'll take a break and come back too.
Okay. There was a study with the National Association of Realtors did a study and said if your house has been shown 13 times and it hasn't sold, you have 1 of 3 problems. The 3 problems are price, location, or condition. Now you can usually tell which one you have by figuring out which one you don't have. Like if your house is beautifully decorated, you know, you go, well, it's not condition. And then if you got a great location, it's not location. So if it's not location, it's not condition, it's got to be price. It could be condition.
We talked about that last time, but a little bit again about condition. That makes a huge
Oh my gosh.
difference, does it not? I mean, if I have my shag carpet, we were talking about, remember shag? Some people still have it, right?
Yeah.
Shag carpeting down or out-of-date fixtures or whatever, you know, my grandmother's wallpaper. What do you tell me to do? Leave it? Or I say, gee, James, I don't want to do all that
Yeah.
work in my house.
Here's what people tell us. I say, do you want to get top dollar for your house? I got some suggestions, and I'll go, we don't want to fool with that. Just sell it, and we'll give a credit. Now, here's what I tell people. We get this on the dirty old carpet, where I go to list house, and before I even sat down, the lady would say, oh, by the way, we're going to give a credit for the carpet. And I go, no, we're not going to do that because you're not going to get that far, because selling real estate's an emotional, buying real estate's an emotional sale. So if you go in and you like the house, people go, wow, we really like this. If they go in and the house doesn't feel right, they go, we don't like this. They don't say, you know, we really like this house. I can take that $3,000 credit and I can put new carpet and this house will look beautiful. They can't see past it.
People want to go in, do they not, around here a lot of times with everything just right in place? What do you call that? It's, I forget
Turnkey.
now. Turnkey, right?
I give you an example. I was working with a couple 2 days ago, and they said, here's what we want. We want this location in this price range. So I lined up that location, and we're out showing property. Their daughter-in-law was with them, and she said, can you show us the house at such and such street? And I go, well, yeah, I'd be glad to, but it's really not in the location you asked for, and it's a little above your price range. We showed it to them. It was a house that had been totally redone. Totally redone. New paint, new carpet, new bathroom fixtures, new walk-in shower. And they walked in, she said, this is exactly what we're looking for. And I went, wait a minute. This is further than the beach you told me. It's more money, but it was a turnkey.
See.
So houses that are turnkey sell for more. And that's a little work. People say, well, I really don't want to do that. I said, well, do you really want a good price for your house?
Yeah. And the point is, too, right, if they make that investment in making, you know, the renovations,
Yeah.
they're going to see it in the sale. More so, won't they? I mean,
Yeah.
they'll make back what they've done and more,
you'll get more back. I mean, you probably don't want to start moving walls and adding rooms. But the things that we normally tell people, there's several. Number one is usually if they got ugly carpet, to replace that. The other thing that we tell them, and this is people get a little touchy on this, is wallpaper is kind of not in now, especially grandmother's wallpaper you mentioned.
Yes.
You know? So I bet I got a couple crews that do nothing but take wallpaper down and
Well, I mean,
and
that's
paint
great
bathrooms.
if you can assist with saying, hey, and we have someone that'll take care of it for you, because you know it's tough to find people to do stuff lickety split.
I know.
So,
fortunately, we have a construction assistant that works with us, and she's really good. And I'll just send Diane over, and she says, you got to do this, 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 and this.
are kitchens a big deal too? Because I know up in New Hampshire, before we moved, we didn't have stone or countertops. Yeah, we had kind of the cheap stuff.
Yeah.
And we did replace it, and that helped tremendously.
Okay, the two most important rooms in selling a house in today's market are the kitchen and the master bathroom. So a lot of times I will suggest to people that maybe they spruce up the kitchen a little. Maybe they got old appliances and they always go, they work. I go, yeah, but that turquoise is,
that might be back in now for all I know. I'm not too hip on that.
I'm saying, if you keep it long enough,
yeah, it'll come back, but not if you're
think-
trying to sell it.
I don't
though.
think turquoise the color.
Now, here's the question for you: like, are the big bathtubs still in? The spa bathtubs,
No, the Roman baths.
Are
No,
they
they're
still a
not.
big deal? Okay, because we have it's not a real nice one, but we have one where I think we've gotten in that thing maybe once or twice. But the walk-in showers are a big deal with the multiple, spray heads and all that.
In fact, my wife just replaced, and my house is not that old, but she just replaced our jacuzzi, our big jacuzzi. I do think it was used once or twice by the grandkids, but yeah, she replaced that.
I know,
so
isn't that
that's why I
interesting?
say bathrooms and
Yep.
kitchens are the two most important rooms.
Okay.
So if you give me a good price and you're in good condition, I can get you top dollar for the house. If the price is too high, I always tell people, say, there are two people that do not determine the price of the house, you and me.
Right.
The market determines the price of the house. So I always tell people, if you price it right and you'll have it in good condition If you let us help you staging it, if you let us help you with maybe some wallpaper removal, maybe some carpet removal. And then there's the old theory that anytime you place the house on the market, you got to get rid of 25% of what you got.
Yeah.
Stuff. There's too much stuff.
We're going to take a break right now. Good information, though, and we will be right back with more of Real Estate Update and James Wedgeworth.